Hey brats, finally back with a anti-Valentine's Day look. Starting off with primer and blending that out with a sponge. I'm going in with green, a pinkish tone, and a yellow tone all over my face, and then blending that out with my sponge once again. I'm then going in with my foundation and a sponge and blending it all over and down the neck. Then I'm getting rid of people from my studio and blending out my concealer next. Using a brush to apply my cream highlight and blend that out, and my cream contour as well. I'm then going in with my bronzer and just setting everywhere where I laid down the cream product before. After I blended out my contour with a brush and my bronzer with a brush, I'm going to make sure that I get underneath my lip and contour my nose, and then set my entire face with regular baby powder using a brush and a sponge. I'm then going in with a Spoole and this gel from Wet n Wild. It's more of a gel consistency than a glitter, really. I'm just running that up through my brows very generously, and then filling in my brows with a brown eyeshadow, and then adding some brow mascara that's tinted. I'm then going in with blush, and we're going to be using 3 shades of blush. I'm starting off with the lightest one. I'm running that on my cheeks, my chin, and my temples. I'm then repeating that same process with a deeper, more hot pink blush. Then moving on to the eyes, I'm taking a fluffy brush and that lightest blush shade, and I'm just throwing that through the crease and then building up color on top of that in the same area with the hot pink blush. I'm then taking a medium fluffy brush and I'm going over my cheeks and my nose again with that hot pink blush to just build up the intensity a little bit. Blending out those eyes again with that medium fluffy brush just to make sure everything's seamless, and then throwing the lightest pink eyeshadow shade all the way up to my brow bone. Then throwing a deeper pink eyeshadow shade, just keeping it to the very outer corners of the eye with that small blending brush. Going in with a paddle brush that is slightly wet, and I'm going in with this Makeup Revolution bronzer, and I'm just going to basically cut the crease minus the concealer step. I'm not really worrying too much about the shape for now, just packing on the pigment and keeping it to the ball of the eye and keeping the corners soft. I'm then going in with a sparkly warm tone brown, and I'm just going to put that right in the crease for a little bit of dimension with that small fluffy brush. Now going in with a highlighter, I'm going to pack that on the brow bone, the inner corners, high points of the nose, cheekbone, and essentially all the high points of the face with that tiny fluffy brush. And I'm also using that medium fluffy brush just to blend everything together. Then I'm going in with my Highbeam. This is a liquid highlighter, and I just really put this on the high points and finger blended out just to add a little bit extra intensity. After I've added that to all the high points of the face and the eye, I'm going in with a baked blush and just adding it where we blushed before for a little bit extra glow and intensity. I'm also adding a little bit of that baked blush to the eyes just to tie together all the colors. And then we're moving on to waterline. I added a little bit of a shimmery white pencil, and then another highlighter on my brow bone and high points of my face once again. Then moving on to a smoky eyeliner with an angled brush and just some black eyeshadow. I intentionally kept this look really messy just for the anti-Valentine vibe, so don't worry if it's messy. And then I just blended everything out with a pencil brush and brought it about halfway underneath my eye, just following my lash line shape in general. Moving on to the lips, we're blending out with a tiny fluffy brush, some red lipstick in the center. Focusing that color in the center, but then blending out to the edges. I added a little bit of gloss with that fluffy brush once again, just to give a bit of a shine, and then went over my Cupid's bow and the bottom of my lip, really keeping the liner only to those areas. Added some black in the very center, finger blended that out, added a little bit more gloss, and then moved on to about 10 coats of mascara. Taking some red lip gloss and a tiny paintbrush and making some freckles around all my face and dabbing them out with my finger. I patted on some red craft glitter onto the highest parts of my lips and added a little bit of very light gloss in the middle for extra dimension, and that is pretty much the look. If you want to see more pictures, there's some on my Instagram. I also glued with lash glue some Crayon labels onto my face just for the aesthetic, but I will see you guys next time, and thank you for watching.